The hidden cost: first responders' mental health amidst California wildfires. Imagine standing in the heart of an inferno, the air thick with smoke, the roar of flames drowning out every other sound. A firefighter emerges from the blaze, sweat streaked with soot, carrying a child who clings to them with trembling hands. What remains in its wake often lingers far longer than anyone expects. The startling statistic: did you know that first responders are more likely to die by suicide than in the line of duty? This chilling reality underscores the silent battles faced by California's heroes as they combat relentless wildfires and their own mental health struggles. Beyond the fire: what happens to firefighters and emergency personnel after the flames die down? The physical scars may heal, but what about the mental wounds? Let's pull back the curtain on the hidden cost of saving lives. The human cost of heroism. Southern California fires like the Palisades Fire, Eaton Fire, Hearst Fire, and Woodley Fire have ravaged landscapes and disrupted lives, highlighting the ever-growing intensity of wildfire seasons. California fire evacuation orders often leave communities scrambling for safety, while first responders face relentless stress. Los Angeles wildfires, including these recent incidents, further underline the emotional and physical toll on emergency personnel. For first responders, the mental toll of responding to wildfires is staggering. The relentless nature of their work leaves little room to process the devastating scenes they encounter: destroyed homes, injured civilians, and sometimes tragic fatalities. Over time, this emotional weight can lead to stress, anxiety, burnout, and even post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. The strain on first responders. Firefighters often work 24 to 72-hour shifts during wildfire season, with minimal rest or recovery time. The intense physical demands are compounded by the emotional strain of life or death decisions. Meanwhile, emergency medical personnel and law enforcement face similar pressures, rushing to provide aid and manage chaos. For many, the stigma around seeking mental health support only worsens the problem. In professions built on strength and resilience, admitting to emotional struggles can feel like weakness. This perception prevents too many first responders from accessing the mental health services, counseling, or therapy they desperately need. Fire containment efforts and strategies. The fight against Los Angeles wildfires and other Southern California fires demands constant innovation. Fire containment efforts involve strategic approaches, such as controlled burns, air support, and enhanced firefighting strategies. However, even as crews make progress on the front lines, the emotional impact on first responders continues to grow. Wildfire causes, from human negligence to climate-driven factors, add to the complexity of fire prevention and management. Addressing these root causes can help reduce the frequency of incidents like the Eaton Fire and Hearst Fire, but it's equally important to prioritize the mental health of those battling the blazes. This includes ensuring access to mental health treatment and ongoing mental health therapy. Breaking the stigma and building support. Fortunately, progress is being made. California has introduced peer support programs, specialized counseling, and wellness initiatives tailored for first responders. Organizations like the California Firefighter Behavioral Health Task Force are championing the mental well-being of those on the front lines. More importantly, a growing awareness among leadership teams is helping to normalize conversations about mental health. Leaders are creating safe spaces for their teams to express vulnerability without fear of judgment. These steps are crucial in addressing the long-term impacts of wildfire-related trauma and ensuring that mental health support is always within reach. Impact of wildfires on communities and call to action. The impact of wildfires on communities extends far beyond property damage. Families displaced by California fire evacuations often struggle to rebuild their lives, while first responders endure the weight of witnessing such devastation. Wildfire news updates frequently highlight the bravery of emergency personnel, but it's time to focus on their well-being as well. As Californians, we owe more than gratitude to our first responders. Support their mental health by advocating for better resources, volunteering with organizations that assist them, or donating to mental health programs for emergency personnel. Share their stories to raise awareness, because their well-being is just as important as the lives they save. The next time you see a firefighter or emergency worker, thank them for their service, but also remember the invisible battles they fight. Together, we can create a world where our heroes feel as supported as they make us feel safe. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Dr. P.O.D. Reads. It's been a pleasure exploring my insightful blog with you. Mental health is a journey, and each step we take brings us closer to understanding and well-being. If today's reading resonated with you, we invite you to like, subscribe, share, and leave a review. Your support helps us continue to share valuable perspectives.